Hello everyone, welcome back to Coplayit.
Hello, hello.
We're in Ninja Gaiden 3, and yeah, I'm starting to see where this thing's got a little bit off track.
Alright, here we go again.
The long, carved pathway to greatness was turned askew at the last minute.
So off from the UK, going to Saudi Arabia.
You wanna know something funny?
Huh.
This is exactly where I stopped playing this game when I first did. I played through the first level, like this is way back when I first got a PS3. And I wanted to, you know, kind of fill up the library a little bit. And this was one of the cheaper games for it. So I'm like, all right, I'll try it out, see how it is.
Oh yeah, this thing dropped in price fast.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't look great. Anyway, but I played through the first level. I got to the beginning of this one. I'm like, okay, I'm done for now. I'll come back to it later. And then I never did.
Then it was uploaded and distributed through hacked communication systems all around the world.
Is that even possible?
Well, apparently it fucking happened, so you tell me, Mr. Cyborg Ninja Badass. You're not a cyborg ninja.
Nah.
But anyway, so now he's just got this like funky arm thing going on here. What the hell does this mean?
They'll probably order the mobilization of emergency.
Also, like all of this bullshit, I don't care about. Like the storytelling, I've just got to say, like world politics, this madman, it's like, I do not care.
It throws too much going on, and it's hard, and it makes it very hard to keep track of it all.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where trying to be complicated doesn't mean you're good. You have to be smart while you're doing that too. And this game is not that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
This was developed by our own.
Yeah, it does definitely have to be done. What the fuck is this? What the thing? What the hell have you handed me here?
It's obviously not your dragon sword now, is it?
No.
It's a
What?
special
Oh, it's a bow.
that can lock onto a target.
It's a bow that can lock on target. That shit doesn't make sense.
Right?
That's not how bows work.
Right? Don't ask too many questions about that, because I sure did, and they didn't get answered.
Like, a bow works if you are locked on target. Not, the bow does not operate independently.
They do
How
that.
the fuck? Alright, whatever.
They saw you.
They saw you rocket to the face. Yeah, why did, like, why does it matter?
It locks on so that the player doesn't have to do it.
Yeah, like,
You just press the button and Ryu finds an enemy.
wow, that's, the game basically plays itself.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it even moving targets.
Yep. Oh yeah, it locks on and it stays there.
It fucking stays there like goddamn precision missile
Now,
targeting.
really, this is almost kind of cool. I don't have a sword right now.
Yeah, you just don't have your dragon sword at the moment. Like, you kind of got stuck without it because what the fuck happened? See, like, I'm seeing a lot of things that could have been cool, and you've mentioned it too. Like, there's elements to this that could have been really interesting. They were just all handled as poorly as possible.
None of it's fun to play. Now here we have an admittedly pretty cool little cameo.
Hey, dust storm rolled up. Who the fuck? It's Ayane.
Master, do you?
What happened to your arm?
Asked me to come.
I
Hayate.
brought you a new sword because your old one's kind of part of your arm now.
For those who don't play the games, Hayate is Ryu's best friend from the Dead or Alive series.
Oh, nice.
It was a nice little name drop, but still, the only two Dead or Alive characters who appear in this game are Ryu himself and Ayane.
Yeah.
Have someone in the village take a look at that.
I guess, well, it wouldn't make much sense for a new guy just to kind of show up midway through the game and be like, hey, bro, what's up? And then they, like, hug it out, and then he gets a sword.
Right.
That'd be a little weird. Although, not that this game cares much for consistency,
I
but...
also believe that's Ayane's only appearance in this game, so, like, that was a fine appearance for her. For, nice and dressed in a full robe, which is the best you can hope for with these guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they undid that a bit by making, remake of this game, but I'll go into more detail on that some other time.
Yeah, I knew they made, like, Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. Razor's Edge.
Hey, how about that one? Those guys try and stop you from cutting them halfway through the cut. And you gotta press your strong attack. It's almost cool.
Almost, except for, like... Yeah, see, like... you mentioned it a bit with Ninja Gaiden 2, but I think it's been taken to like its fullest extreme here. The phrase you used was style over substance, and that is all this is, because like you've got all of these very cinematic, very action-oriented camera angles, all of this intense timing and animation that all look really cool. And if like this was an animated like cutscene or anything other than an interactive video game experience, this would all be really cool. But the fact that like so much of your gameplay is taken out of your control and like the flow of it is taken out of your control makes it what the fuck you like.
Oh yeah, that's what the flying swallow now just instant kills someone because fuck it, you didn't actually want to play this game, did you?
It's like, oh my god. But geez, yeah, like I'll just a lot of the game is taken out of the gameplay here,
which is truly tragic for me because if you remember in our playthrough of the first one of the things I said that I loved about the game is that Ryu very rarely fights in cutscene.
Right.
Like
and the one time he does, he gets fucked really bad.
He never did like super cool and heavy badass stuff away from the player's control.
Right.
This game is all that. There's no player control.
Ryu does all the badass shit out of your control.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, only moderately in your control, because I guess it still requires the button inputs to do.
Eventually.
But it's not super difficult by the looks of it, because you just keep, like, chopping dudes up left and right. And what the... And now he's dead. So, yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of, like, I'm always of the opinion that the less the player has to do with the game, the less fun it is. And, like, I think that's kind of the principal design of video games, of games of any kind, is player input, is, like, player control, because the entire idea is to let the player kind of invest themselves into the role of the character.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, taking that away sucks a lot. And like, well, all of this is very pretty. This looks really cool. That's all it is. It's like, it's all flair. It's all pizzazz and flash and cool special effects. It's like a Transformers movie. There's not really much going on there, but it looks kind of cool.
Right.
But
yeah, you may have also noticed I can bring up the little equipment screen like in the last game.
Oh, thanks.
So they got some pretty actually, I think it was even before the like FLAC feedback that they got because they got a lot of it.
I bet.
But they did make two admittedly free DLCs for extra weapons for the game.
Nice.
There was the scythe and the and the knife hands.
Oh, the Wolverine claws?
Yep.
Okay.
And that was it.
That was it. They just gave you a couple new weapons to go play with in this game that you don't actually play.
And you know what's the saddest part?
Was that?
When you trigger event moments like doing these... crap, I jacked it up. But when you trigger event moments like doing those stealth stabs, the sword just spawns back on your body and you do it with the sword. They didn't even animate special kills for the side weapons.
Oh, wow. That's kind of not even an oversight. That's just like laziness, I think, because like you should be able to have. Yeah, all right, dude, still walking. Whoa, there we go. What the? Okay, I was gonna say like there was no purpose to that other than to delay you, which is annoying. This is still kind of annoying because you're just down here to fight more guys.
You may have noticed we got one new enemy type so far.
Like the weird knife dudes?
Yeah, them.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not that much different. They're still, like, actually, I don't know if they are different because their weapons are different, but aren't they just the same guys who healed, like, the red hot kunai from the first stage?
Not quite.
Okay.
They do look pretty similar, but they do behave slightly differently.
Oh, I see.
And yeah, again, we're very lucky that we can't hear we can't really hear the random crap these people are saying.
Yeah.
Because they're saying it a million times over.
I don't understand what went so very wrong with this game. Like, it looks like, you know, it was finished enough that they'd kind of done what they wanted to do, but it just feels like there's, you know, I don't know, not a game here.
I have no idea.
Like,
and for a little behind the scenes look, and part of the reason why I was so excited about this game, because understand, I was psyched for this game The trailer dropped like a year before it launched, and I was losing my mind the whole time. I was so ready for this to happen. In between 2 and somewhere around this game, Tomonobu Itagaki, the former head of Team Ninja, left the studio. Whether he left on his own accord or was kicked out, I don't know. I never looked up that information. I've always been curious. But he was out of the studio, so the Ninja Gaiden series would no longer be in his hands. Right. And I was pretty stoked for that, because as he could make really fun games, guy was kind of a douchebag, just in general.
Yeah, knockdown. That's not a knockdown, that's a murder.
I kind of knocked him down.
Yeah, I guess at the end there, you like snapped his neck, broke his back, and then threw him out a window.
Well, like again, if I did that scene with the claws equipped, it would have just brought out the sword and stabbed him with the sword.
That sucks really bad.
It's unbelievable.
Like, it would have been interesting to at least see some variation in the takedown kills, but whatever. Yeah. There you go. But like, and suddenly rocket launchers.
Yeah.
And now we got this whole thing again. All right. Free kill.
You saw that we did that exact same thing at the very beginning of the game, too.
Yeah.
Gonna be doing it a few more times.
We did that. Well, we did it once at the beginning. We did it off the clock tower like halfway through the first stage. And then we did it again. Because who doesn't need more, swallow dive kills? I'm all for swallow dive kills, but holy shit, game, you don't have to give them to me.
But yeah, so behind the scenes. Now, before 2 came out, there was another game in the series. I mentioned it offhand at the beginning of this one. But they made a game for the original DS. It was called Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword DS, haha.
It's actually kind of clever because Dragon Sword DS, huh? Anyway, continue.
And I really liked it. It told a new story, though admittedly kind of moved backwards a bit. It took place in newer versions of old settings from the first game, since that was all it really had to work on at the time, and DS hardware.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you can work with that and still, make something good, that's all the better for it.
And it was a pretty fun little game. It introduced a new character. Ryu had an apprentice named Momiji, who we'll actually be meeting later on in this game.
Oh, nice.
God knows she deserves... Well, actually her appearance in this game isn't too... her presence in this game isn't too bad. But besides the point. It was a really fun little game, and it did some interesting things. Told a surprisingly decent story. Introduced new character aspects, brand new characters in the village itself. And it was not headed by Tomonobu Itagaki. It was headed by a guy named Yosuke Hayashi. And after Itagaki left, he took over as the head of the team and was heading the development of this game. And that gave me a lot of hope.
Yeah, I mean, if he was able to, if he's able to make that DS project work with what was at his disposal, that means, that says a lot about what he could do as a director in and of himself. So yeah, that makes sense.
So I was really looking forward to it, and all the things they were saying they were going to do was going to be super cool. They knew people in the modern age were getting pretty sick of the sexualization that the team had been known for.
Yeah.
But with this game and Dead or Alive.
And then they just kept making Dead or Alive, so really, I don't think they cared that much.
So in fairness, they were making claims that, they weren't going to stop it outright, although they kind of were saying they might have done that, but I don't think anyone really expected them to.
Yeah.
But they were at least going to tone shit down.
Well, so far, they've actually kind of held up that end of the bargain.
They do it decently. They didn't do perfect, as we'll see later on.
Oh boy.
Though in fairness, a lot of that is due to past designs. Like I said, Momiji makes an appearance in this game. In the DS version, when she made her debut, she was just perfect. All she wore was a plain white ninja outfit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, basic, but works.
But she made a reappearance in Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma.
Oh.
Where they redesigned her.
Okay.
And that was with the more Itagaki design.
Oh.
So, yeah. Hey, we're back to walking. We're back to just walking around.
The game, are you...
What does that sound? Hold left bumper? Oh, who are you?
What are you? What the fuck is happening?
You.
What the fuck? That was weird. Wind. Oh shit, they're fucking airbenders. Alright. Oh, what in the fuck is this cubic Minecraft magic? I'm
These
so
guys-
confused.
These guys in the art book, they are labeled as, I shit you not, alchemists.
Alchemists.
Yep. And that'll pop in more a little bit in the story.
Okay.
The bad guys are alchemists.
Of all things to be, that's an interesting one to pick, but okay. I don't buy it. They're like dark magic monk persons. That dude's like charging up for something over there. What's he doing? And boy, they can take a walloping, can't they? They're just getting cut after cut after cut.
So there's a lot of enemies that are really good at blocking in this game, and that gets really obnoxious.
I bet, because I rarely saw enemies block your attacks in prior games. What they would do is just hit you before you hit them.
Yep.
They just beat the shit out of you.
When they do that charge thing, these guys, and they've got that crap, I missed that.
It didn't look like you were supposed to miss that, but maybe that's me.
I was a little behind on my input, actually. That one was on me.
Okay.
But
there we go.
when they've got their hands glowing, you can't use your X attacks on them. You have to take a second and hit them with a heavy strike.
Oh,
Same with characters who have shields on or all those things.
Oh, okay.
I guess like you can see it being interesting of an enemy making things difficult, but it just comes off as tedious.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. All right. Well, this is as good a spot as any to call it for this episode.
I would say so.
So, thank you all so much for watching Ninja Gaiden 3. We'll see you in the next one.
Take care.
Bye.